Hey everybody, and welcome to Q&A Wednesday, where I answer the questions that my clients currently ask a lot about. So I decided to kind of hit the topic of cardio, just because at this point in our quarantine situation, a lot of us are kind of struggling to figure out how to best do exercise and workouts and figure out what to do that is going to best suit people for the situation. And so, there's a lot of ideas of, well, maybe I should do HIIT, or maybe I should do, there's tons you can do at home. So, picking something isn't really the hardest part, but, once you kind of get into a groove, you might think, well, am I really doing the best option that will help me to lose weight the fastest? So that's the topic that we're going to cover today. I want to, if you looked at what I posted earlier, you saw that that's actually a loaded question, and you're not going to hear the answer you want to hear. So just be prepared for that. I wanted to be outside today, but it's so windy that I just was like, okay, well, I'm in my room and, I'm hiding and there's a shadow, and just deal with it. Anyway, so let's cover that. So here's the deal when it comes to cardio. A lot of us think, well, if I'm just sitting at home and I'm eating all these quarantine snacks and a lot of junk, I'll just exercise it off. I've got cardio equipment. I'm just going to jump on my Peloton, whatever. The problem is you cannot out exercise a bad diet. So this little chat here is going to be two-pronged. Number one, it requires more than just doing cardio in order to lose weight. And number two, first of all, it's not even a good idea to lose weight fast. I've had this conversation with multiple people, especially recently. People are like, dude, just tell me what to do. I'm going to do it. But let's do it quick, because, I need to be motivated. And if I don't see some difference, the problem is that you don't always see the results that you think you should see. We have these really weird, unrealistic expectations of how quickly we should see results, what little we should have to do to get those results. And then we get really unmotivated very quickly when, even though you're actually seeing results, but you're not maybe seeing the scale change. The problem with that is, hi Hope and hi Mo, it's snowing in Ohio. Oh, good grief, I'm so sorry. It's just windy here. It's getting warm. I'm excited it's spring, but yeah, it's not snowing, so I feel for you. No offense, glad I don't live in Ohio right now, but it has been known to snow here in April, so don't get too excited. Okay, so let's talk about why. First of all, I want you to know why it's not in your best interest to lose weight super fast. Number one, your body is actually going to fight you on it. There's some things that happen when you try to lose weight really, really quickly, especially if you drop, Mo says she's in California. Okay, well, you suck. There's some things that really, your body's going to try to protect you. When you choose to drop weight really quickly, to be on a very low calorie diet, your body will do things to help protect you. And the first thing that it's going to do is it's going to start producing hormones like ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, that will make you crave food, it's going to do whatever it can to make you eat. Partially because, it doesn't understand that you're on a diet. It just thinks you're starving. So in order to protect you from starvation, it's going to fight you every step of the way. So when people are, let's say that you have 50 pounds to lose and you jump on a 1,200 calorie diet, that is a problem for multiple reasons. Number one, 1,200 calories is not reasonable, especially if you tend to burn, 2,400, 2,800 calories a day. You're basically starving. And so your metabolism is going to drop super low, super fast, and you're going to struggle to lose weight. Your body goes, well, I don't know what she's doing, but she's starving. So let's just not drop any. We have to keep this. We have to keep this because we don't know when she's going to eat next. So Mo says that it takes 4 weeks for you to see your body changing. It takes 8 weeks for your friends of, yeah. And I've heard that. And that's a great, idea, but everybody's different, and what I see in changes in people actually happens pretty rapidly. Usually that first week of just even making some healthy changes, you actually start to not have bloating, and I can see that immediately. So it really depends on what you're looking for. I think the biggest problem is people depend primarily on the scale, and that is the wrong tool to depend upon. Number one, I don't even like the word weight loss, because I find that it is completely misleading in what you're trying to accomplish. You don't want weight loss, you want fat loss. And if you're putting on muscle at the same time, you may not have a big drop in numbers of weight, but that doesn't mean that your body's not completely changing. So again, it's just not a good idea to try to lose weight super fast. Most of you who have tried that understand that usually you start to yo-yo diet, and that's probably the worst thing you could possibly do for your body, because number one, it doesn't trust you anymore, but it literally ruins how your body is able to treat food and nutrients. So There's obviously a lot more to that. But the funny thing, I posted that, which cardio will help you lose weight the fastest? Again, it's a loaded question. Number one, you shouldn't lose weight fast. You don't change your habits quickly enough. There is a lot of emotional processing that has to happen in your personality, within your head, dealing with your demons. And we all have them. And you can't do that in a very, very fast manner. So you actually become a completely different person as you start to change your physique and your body composition. And that doesn't happen quickly. And if you don't give your head enough time, basically you're either going to bounce back to where you were before or gain more weight. Or you're just going to really struggle to even maintain, because again, there's some things that have to happen in order to do that. So keep that in mind. So really, when it comes to which cardio is the fastest, you don't want to do it fast. You need to do it over time, because it is a lifestyle. And I know people get sick of hearing that, but it's 100% true, because whatever you do to get there, you have to keep doing to stay there. So don't be thinking that, well, I can handle 1,200 calories for 3 months, even though I'm burning, 2,900. Basically you're just ruining it for yourself for the future. Because can you stay on 1,200 calories for the rest of your life? Same thing with keto, people. If you lose it doing keto, you have to keep doing keto. There is no magic pill. There's no magic anything. It takes time and it takes consistency. And if you think here's the deal. When people come to me and I do goal assessments, which I do quite frequently, even now, if they are not to the point where they are willing to change some big things in their life, it's almost like you have to hit bottom. You have to be sick of and tired of being sick and tired. Because if people come into the situation with very specific, like, I'm not going to stop drinking wine or beer. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. Probably not going to work with you, because what they're telling me their goals are and what they're willing to do to get there do not match up. Like, you just can't. There's no pill that says, well, yep, you can drink all you want and you're going to lose the weight. Like, that's just not going to happen. So part of it is being able to change your health, your lifestyle, and it's about getting healthy. You don't lose weight to get healthy. It's opposite. You get healthy, and then losing weight is a byproduct, or burning fat. So keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to the cardio side of things, there's a couple things to think about. What I'm going to tell you honestly is, do the cardio that you're going to be willing to keep doing. It's the balance, right? It's the balance of eating right. It's the balance of doing enough cardio, but not too much. Because if you do too much, then you're taking a tool away from yourself. As you do cardio, the more you do, the better your body gets at it, the less calories you burn doing it. So if you're currently doing 90 minutes of cardio and no strength training, and then just kind of eating haphazardly, you really aren't going to get where you want to go. I mean, that's just part of the process, is figuring out that formula that works for you. So you have to delve into there's a lot of different subjects or topics that we have to talk about when it comes to what your formula is. Those variables will make a big difference, and you have to be doing those things consistently. So there's no quick way to do that. The cardio that you should be doing is something that you enjoy. So I'm going to tell you, I don't ever do aerobics classes. That is not my thing. I don't enjoy it. I don't like it. I've done a few spin classes in the past, and I don't mind that. But I tend to, like, my schedule's so crazy, I can't always make it jive with a specific class that starts at a certain time. I'm not a big, and I did it in the 90s, right? I did the aerobics videos at home, and there's so many options online that are free right now, guys. So if you are struggling to find something that works for you, there's a lot of services that are offering free options right now in workouts and some different things. Take advantage of those. Figure out what you enjoy and what you like. If you have the ability to get outside, we're in more of a rural area in the state of Washington, so we're able to get outside and do a little bit of hiking and walking and doing some different things. Biking, figure out what you enjoy doing and then do it, because not everybody loves one type of cardio. So it really is what works best for you. Now, if you're just starting to exercise, okay, Mo says she bought an elliptical for her corporate apartment. 8 weeks left here. Oh, yeah. Aren't you grateful you have something that's in this? It's not an excuse. If you don't have equipment, there's options, right? Go outside. It's here in Washington State. It's beautiful right now. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's really windy today, but that doesn't stop us from. I've actually seen more people exercising outside since this lockdown has happened, and I'm thrilled, because honestly, people are moving. People are getting fresh air. People are still practicing social distancing, so don't tell me that that's not part of the lockdown, because it is. Go outside. You're not around people. So keep that in mind, that it's whatever works for you. Now, most people are trying to either start, and if you're just starting to exercise, don't go crazy. Don't be doing some crazy hour-long HIIT class that, you have to start where you're at. Even if it's just walking. I've had clients where I don't want them to do more exercise than just a 20-minute walk during the day. Partially because they have such high cortisol levels that we don't want to play into that and create more cortisol and more problems so that they can't lose weight. Your body cannot lose weight in the presence of cortisol, or burn fat. So keep that in mind. But start where you're at. Then as you get better and more adapted to it, then you can increase and do something different. Now, I have a lot of people that are like, I do HIIT daily, da-da-da-da-da-da. Great. Not always the best option if you're doing it every day. Make sure that you're doing something that your body can recover from. I would say that, doing HIIT 2 or 3 times a week is great. And then maybe doing some steady state or some active, just active days outside. Whatever works for you, just make sure that you're allowing the recovery. I think people forget that it's not just doing the exercise itself, but it's allowing your body to recover from that. That is just as or more important as well. Same thing with strength training. You don't build muscle when you lift. You actually tear the muscle down. You actually build when you're sleeping and you're recovering and you're resting. So if you're trying to grow, which I know is really difficult right now when the gyms are still closed, but no matter what we're talking about, your recovery period comes when you're resting, not when you're doing the activity itself. So again, on the cardio end spectrum of things, there is nothing that is the magic number or the magic cardio in order for you to lose weight fast, which we just decided wasn't the goal really anyway. It's do what you enjoy. If you like kayaking, paddleboard, if you, whatever it is that's your thing, that's what you need to do. Now, if you're an athlete, obviously it needs to have to do with what your sport is. That's just kind of a given. But that's a little different. You probably have a coach that's working with you and doing something in that particular area, which is great. We're not talking about optimal athletes here. That's a whole different ball game, and that's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about the average person that says, you know what, I don't like where I'm at right now. I've been eating way too many quarantine snacks. I've been eating my feelings, so emotionally eating. I need to fix that. Now I'm just going to do cardio to take care of that. That's not going to work. Remember, what you eat is going to make a difference. And it's not just the calories, it's the quality and the macros that make a difference as well. And if you don't understand that, you go back through all of my videos for the last 3-4 years, and you'll find I talk about it a lot. So nutrition's kind of my gig. So whatever it is that you like to do for cardio, keep doing it. Or if you're bored, try some new things. Again, there's lots of videos, there's lots of options available. Unfortunately, right now we can't just get together and do things together, which stinks. But it makes you a little more grateful for when we can, doesn't it? Yeah, it's changed a lot of people's perceptions of what we should be grateful for in life. So if you guys have questions, please ask. This is information for you, maybe to help you figure some things out, maybe to, incorporate some different things into your life. Just remember that doing hours and hours of cardio are not going to cut it. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for your body. Nobody can keep that up. And if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to stick with it. So that is part of the process. When I work with someone, their formula includes multiple things. Obviously, it includes doing a little bit of cardio, but I use it as a tool. My goal with cardio is do as little as you can get away with that still brings results, because then we're not taking a tool away. Like if you're getting ready to go on a vacation, which is not an option right now, the closer you get to the vacation, the more cardio you want to be able to do. But if you start out at 90 minutes, you've kind of ruined that, right? You've taken a tool away from you. So keep that in mind. But cardio is not just it. You do want to do some strength training. And even if you don't have a gym right now and you don't have equipment, do some body weight stuff. We're all having to adapt in the situation that we're in. So, just do that. Nutrition plays a huge role. Nutrition determines size, exercise determines shape. So if you are killing it with cardio, but your body's not changing, you do need to stop and take a look at what your nutrition is. There's some other variables though, age, hormones, there's definitely some things that play a role there, but let's start simple, start with there first. And then of course, sleep plays an immense role, more than people even understand. And if you're getting less than 6 or 7 hours of sleep, that is something that you need to address, because your body will not burn fat if you're not giving it the rest that it needs. And there's no benefit to exercising if you're not getting enough sleep. So Let's see. Mo says, what would be a normal amount of cardio if one wanted to do it daily while quarantined? That's so individual. I can't just give a generalized amount. Usually if I'm starting with someone who's fairly active, but hasn't been necessarily putting in any sort of time to do cardio, I usually start with like 3 to 4 days a week, 20 to 30 minutes, just to start with, and just seeing how their body responds. And I do want to see people sweat. Everybody's at different skill levels on that. But I've also seen people who walk, if you're walking so slow that you can carry on a normal conversation with somebody, that's really not considered cardio. So again, there's a lot of factors there. But I would start out with 20 minutes isn't going to be minimum, because if you're doing HIIT cardio, that's about the time that you're going to get the best amount of activity out of it. You're going to get the best burn out of it. But minimally, if you're doing steady state, you don't start actually burning fat for the first 15 to 20 minutes. So again, that's the balance that you have to create, but you also have to pay attention to your energy and the ability to follow through, and that you're not dying or can't function the next day. That's an important part of it as well. So along with sleep, I also look at people's mental and emotional health and how that plays such a huge role there. And all of those together, along with some of those variables, really kind of dictates how that person works towards their goal. So again, there is no perfect cardio. There is no perfect amount of cardio. It really depends on the person, their goal, their experience, their genetics. So just start with what you can. If it's 20 minutes of walking and that's all you can do and you're huffing and puffing, start there. There's nothing wrong with that. I want people to be able to enjoy that. Go out and enjoy the weather. It's so beautiful. There is something called forest bathing, where you just need to be outside and enjoy and relax and feel what nature has to offer. And that's it's a Japanese original thing, but I don't see anything wrong with us doing that here. It's not a bad idea. Just go out in the nature. Tough to do in the cities, I'm sure. But so hopefully that helps you to understand. Like I said, it was kind of a loaded question. Let me make sure that I talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. Start where you're at. Really, if you are eating a lot of sugar, a lot of junk food right now, a lot of comfort foods, you're probably going to struggle to get on your goal. I don't care if you're eating less calories than you burn. The quality of calories matter, the quality of macros, the macros do matter. Topic for another day, but hopefully that helps. So just get out and move. Just stay moving, stay active. Don't use this as an excuse. Use it as a reason. We want to all come out the other end of this and feel good and have energy and feel happy about what we were able to do, even while we're kind of not permitted to do much when it comes to our normal lives. So have an incredible evening, you guys. If you have any questions, you can either drop a comment below. You can message me directly at Facebook Messenger. I do respond, and I get my very best ideas from you. Also be looking out for my YouTube channel. I have another video coming out on how to read food labels, because that is extremely important, and it's probably not what you think. So you can hop on over there and check out the Fillmore Fitness channel on YouTube. There's lots of videos, and every Q&A Wednesday I've ever done, along with every Meals with Melissa I've ever done, is on that page. So you can subscribe and see when things pop up, and get some great ideas and get some good education for free. So have a good night, you guys. We'll talk soon. Hang in there, and please stay healthy, my friends. Have a good night.